Practicing acceptance is one of the 6 critical processes in acceptance and commitment therapy, and is helpful in processing hard, unwanted thoughts and feelings. Do you struggle with being okay with hard thoughts or feelings, or even past actions? Maybe you've been stuck on something that happened last week, and it's caused a spiral of negative beliefs or affected your mood. As a parent, practicing non-judgmental acceptance of your thoughts, actions, or intense emotions with compassion is a great way to show up for yourself daily. Parenting is hard, and it isn't always easy to look at your thoughts, feelings, and actions without passing judgment or critiquing your own decisions. Acceptance means opening the way you see yourselves, the things you feel, and your thoughts, and making space for them without judgment. The first step in practicing acceptance is being present and identifying those bodily sensations, the triggering or happy thoughts, and any emotions that come. Utilizing a mindfulness technique to come to this gentle and nurturing space without trying to change how you feel allows you to sit with all that's come up. This is where you begin to practice acceptance and show yourself compassion. You may be wondering how to practice acceptance for future decisions if you haven't practiced this in the past. Reflect on a recent decision in your parenting that you wish you could change. What happened? What immediate emotions or thoughts arise as you think about this decision? Are you uncomfortable? Is there shame, guilt, or anger coming up? An example of something that might be bothering you is a quick decision to spank your little one because they accidentally spilled a glass of milk. Or maybe you yelled at your teenager for forgetting to shut the garage door when they got home. As you begin to reflect on something, this will also be a great time to practice one of the present moment skills you learned previously. Inhaling and exhaling until you're in the moment, and focusing on your body sensations. What sensations are those? Is there a tickle in your belly, or maybe a tightening in your neck? You may also feel discomfort in the actual thought. Next, verbally say, "What happened before this moment is okay, and I give myself permission to learn from this moment and let the past go." Repeat this phrase, or one similar, until those immediate feelings start to ease up. When your mind starts to align with the feelings you're trying to create, you'll feel at ease with those tensions. The discomfort will start to fade, and you will begin to feel new experiences. Practicing acceptance of unwanted thoughts, feelings, or actions takes time and practice. You may not feel better at this moment, but repeating these steps towards acceptance will allow this idea to settle in and make it easier. Understanding your parenting values is a great way to check in with yourself and motivate your decisions to do what matters to you and stay on the path of positive parenting. Values are individual beliefs that encourage people to act one way or another. When you understand and know what your values are in parenting, you can make clear decisions and give you a sense of pride. When you're not in tune with what's important to you, it can be easy to lose sight and make decisions that leave you with a rush of thoughts or feelings that make you feel uncomfortable. Values, in some ways, are the guidebook to your behavior. There's no limit to the number of values you have, but sticking to 3 or 4 strong values is typically a great place to start. When developing your values as a parent, there are some important questions to consider. What does it mean to be a parent to you? How do you approach being a parent? How has becoming a parent changed you as a person? Are you currently happy with your parenting style? Why or why not? How do you want to raise your child or children? What are the characteristics you want to instill into your child? What matters most to your family? These questions are a great place to start when creating your parenting values, and they can provide insight into the overall satisfaction you have in your parenting. When reflecting on those questions, are there keywords such as happiness or nurturing or other similar words that came up, or phrases that look different but mean the same thing? You may also be thinking about what kind of child you want to raise, and the qualities you wish to provide them with as they grow in life. For example, did you look at the questions and think you want to raise a compassionate, kind human? Or do you think about the unconditional love and happiness that flows through your home? If any of this relates to your thoughts and feelings, your values may be compassion, joy, and nurturing. Reflect on your thoughts, how you answered those questions, and what matters to you. Write down some words that feel good to you and can be the values you use to describe and guide your parenting style. Now that you have your values, you must know the weight those words carry. Parenting is an experience that requires decision making, and your values can guide you into making some of those decisions. There are hundreds of values to choose from, and you may be wondering how to apply the values you chose to the decisions you'll face. Let's say you chose happiness and decided that word means something to you. What actions or decisions will be guided through that value? Happiness can evolve around many of the decisions you make in your parenting, like what being happy is, how you create happiness, or seeing your children happy. Happiness could be choosing to provide open communication with your teenager and hearing their opinion on household topics and making decisions together. Happiness with your little one could be spending time playing with toys on the floor rather than trying to clean up after them as they're making a mess in the living room. How are you currently creating happiness? Are there any areas in your parenting or decision making that could facilitate happiness? ACT-based parenting allows you as the parent to improve your flexibility and your mental capacity to face tough situations in parenting. Focusing on the mental awareness of both you and your child will increase your positive decision making that's in line with your values. As you begin to practice mindfulness, open your mind and body to connect with your thoughts and feelings. You may start to approach parenting with openness and less rigidity. Reflect on the additional benefits that being present may have on your quality of life outside of parenting, such as how you connect with others, how you approach stress and care for yourself. How will these changes improve your parenting? You may be wondering how long you should aim to engage in at least one mindful activity per day. 7 minutes of engaging in mindfulness has been shown to positively increase happiness. 7 minutes of breathing, coloring, exercising, or journaling can help you along your journey.